In Thursday's 7th episode of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars, Season 3, the remaining queens were paid a visit by House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, who gave them inspiration during her quick visit to the workroom. The queens' acting skills were then put to the test in a girl comedy movie sketch, with Chris Colfer and Garcelle Beauvais serving as this week's guest judges. Which queen won the challenge and who sashayed away in 5th place? See, RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 3 Episode 7, was the right queen eliminated in Dragsmaids Wedding Trip? Poll below. Check out our minute-by-minute RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars recap of Season 3, Episode 7, titled My Best Squirrel Friends Dragsmaids Wedding Trip, to find out what happened Thursday, March 8th. Then be sure to sound off in the comments section about your favorite queens and who you think will ultimately join the list of RuPaul's Drag Race winners. Keep refreshing, reloading this page as we'll be updating live. See, RuPaul's Drag Race, Season 10 trailer. Watch all 14 queens sashay video, 7:59 p.m. previously, on RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars. In last week's 6th episode, BenDeLaCreme won the challenge in the lip-sync battle, but shocked his fellow queens when he decided to quit the competition. Meanwhile, Morgan McMichaels was brought back to the reality TV show after previously being eliminated in the first episode. With 5 talented queens still in the running, it's anyone's guess as to who will end up on the bottom tonight. 8:01 p.m. Ben's decision to eliminate himself was such a gag, but the other queens seemed to understand that he did it because he was uncomfortable with the structure of the show, with him having to eliminate other contestants. That's fair, but what would be Zahara Benet's decision have been? We don't get to know. She's refusing to tell the other girls either decision. 8:05 p.m. RuPaul Charles brings Nancy Pelosi into the workroom to provide the queens with some encouragement to help them finish the competition. They're all touched that someone with so much power would visit them, but equally she's touched that the queens exert their own power every day as proud drag queens. With that, it's time for Ru to present this week's main challenge to play award-winning female characters in a raunchy girl comedy, My Best Squirrel Friends Dragsmaids Wedding Trip. 8:08 p.m. As a welcome back gift, Morgan is tasked with assigning roles to the other queens, with the 5 characters in the sketch: BB as the Queen, Morgan as Beige Swan, Shangela as Octavia, Kennedy Davenport as Lala, and Trixie Mattel as Sharon Frockovich. Trixie had hoped for either Lala or Beige Swan, but didn't get either, while the other queens are content with the choices Morgan made for them. 8:16 p.m. Ross Matthews is on deck to help the queens during the taping of the sketch. Right off the bat, Shangela is getting the chuckles from Ross, and to her great relief so is Trixie. BB, Morgan and Kennedy on the other hand all fall a little flat in their first run-throughs. See, RuPaul's Drag Race Winners List, Seasons 1 to 9, 8:23 p.m. For the runway, the queens are donning their best "Red for Filth" look. While getting ready, the queens let Trixie know that sometimes he's fairly standoffish. He acknowledges that it's true to some extent, but some of the other queens aren't buying it and say that Trixie has a reputation as one of the series alum that isn't always the most welcoming when on tour. Kennedy turns the conversation toward herself and admits to feeling like a second thought when he attends appearances, and hopes that All-Stars will help him become a first-thought queen. 8:36 p.m. The judges' critiques gave B high marks for a gorgeous runway outfit, but on the flip side he faced criticism for a low-key performance in the film. Both Trixie and Shangela wowed with their over-the-top looks as well as their perfectly over-the-top runway outfits. Comparatively, Kennedy underwhelmed on both fronts, and Morgan took heat from Ross for the decision to play Beige Swan, a role he thinks should have been the least desirable because of its degree of difficulty. 8:39 p.m. Unsurprisingly, Shangela and Trixie were named the top performers set to lip-sync for their legacy, leaving all 3 of the others in the bottom and vulnerable to being eliminated by the winner. 8:44 p.m. Backstage for deliberations, BB is defensive and confident about his performance this week, fully expecting both Shangela and Trixie to keep him safe another week. Shangela, as a close friend, is certain that he won't be eliminating Kennedy and instead uses the time to ask Kennedy for advice about whether to choose BB or Morgan home. 8:54 p.m. Performing to Freaky Money, Trixie brings the hard-hitting choreo while Shangela relies more heavily on comedy with a fat suit and slapstick gags that have the judge panel rolling with laughter. In one of the best lip syncs I've ever seen, Shangela takes the win. 8:57 p.m. Shangela's decision of who to eliminate ultimately comes down to which queens have been in the competition since the beginning, and despite their friendship outside of the show he sends Morgan home. 8:58 p.m. It's down to the final 4 and next week is the finale. Ru is asking the fans to tweet her which queen they think deserves to take the crown. See RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 3 preview. Who are the 9 returning queens? Here's your sneak peek. Watch. Here are the answers to Gold Derby's contest questions for RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 3, Episode 7. Who will be eliminated? Morgan McMichaels. Who will win the mini-challenge? No one. Who will win the main challenge? Shangela and Trixie Mattel. Who will win the lip-sync? Shangela. Will anybody quit the competition? No. See exclusive odds. Who will win RuPaul's Drag Race? Be sure to make your predictions so that the contestants can see how they're faring in our racetrack odds. You can keep changing your predictions until just before the next episode airs on VH1. You'll compete to win a spot on our leaderboard and eternal bragging rights. See our contest rules and sound off with other fans in our reality TV forum. Read more Gold Derby entertainment news.